Well, I think we're done here. It's time to go, George. Or is it?
Sorry to keep you waiting, boys.
Oh, Lisa!
Emily is already a goddess of the forest.
Let's forget work for a bit and drink a little, shall we?
She's a little overdressed.
York? Why is she here? I just thought the more the merrier. You know, to relax and get loose. Is this a problem?
No, of course not. Pardon me, Emily, but I'm pooped. I think I'll just call it a night.
George
is an
got
incel.
here and you're walking out on me? I was hoping the three of us could have a drink and let out a little steam.
I'm afraid I've already had enough. And I already had a good man-to-man with York. So
He
I'll
doesn't
see you
mean it
guys.
like that, Emily. Thought I told you no chicks allowed, York.
I think George likes you, but he's avoiding you all at the same time.
How astute.
There's a reason?
Nothing worth going into. It's a thing of the past.
It's called tree punishment.
Okay. He did ask me out when I first came to town. I was still in high school.
George?
But I never really considered him my type. And there's the age gap thing, too.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
respect
there's the
him, of
age
course.
gap thing,
I
too.
wouldn't have taken this job otherwise.
Wasn't really my type, also.
This town.
I was a high school junior.
Of course not. I came with my parents.
Tell me about them then.
Sure, why not? My dad dealt in stocks in New York. He
Hey,
was hardly at home when I was
I'm
a kid,
trading here.
always working.
buy, sell,
Those
sell.
pieces of paper were far more important to him than I was. Which is no different now, really. I don't see much of him. My mother? Totally different story. A wonderful person that I still respect.
Rip Dad.
She was always kind and understanding. Not only that, but she would always help me find my way. She could be fierce, too, scolding me if I took a wrong step.
Beating me with
We had our
dry
battles,
reeds.
sure, but all in all, she was a wonderful mother.
Past tense?
Yeah, she's gone now. Cancer, just before I graduated high school. She gave this to me just
kind
before
of a
she
rough
died.
scholastic
I
experience, huh?
take it with me wherever I go. It's what I treasure most.
$5 on Etsy.
I'm sure she's very proud of you.
$5 on Wish, $30 on Etsy. Absolutely correct.
York.
Yes?
Yes.
Please, don't lie to us, okay?
I won't. Don't worry. I won't.
All right, well, see you tomorrow. Now to Corpse Tunnel. No, now to the hotel. I think Peggy, she's got some banter for us. I don't think you should be driving. Excuse me, if you watch the, Polly, whatever. If you watch the, bar scene, we didn't have a drink.
Zach.
Everybody else was drinking.
Picking up
What the fuck are you talking about?
from where we left off, let's focus on the case at hand. The murders with the red seeds. Officially, the Bureau has not made a statement about these seeds. Some even claim that they are irrelevant to the killings. But after the red seeds were found in a Boston homicide, I've been unable to get them out of my head. I've even gone through all of the files looking for similar cases. And we found 7 other homicides related to the seeds. The victims were all young girls. And they were killed in 8 different states. They arrested all 7 murderers, but there was no connection between them. However, we must not
Please finish your
overlook there was
conversation.
one thing linking the cases together, and that's the red seeds. And I have a hunch this case here in Greenvale is going to lead us to the truth about those seeds. Don't you think so, Zach? Well, let's just do what we can do and do our best. And by doing our best, I'm sure we'll get to where we need to go.
Yo, who needs a backup camera? Yeah, it's a trivia time. Get ready.
Zach, let's go over our progress.
You gotta be on your A
Olivia
game.
told us, and the sketchbook we found at Becky's house, Nick and Diane became our primary suspects. There were a couple of reasons for this. First, Becky gave the missing locket to Diane. Also, Nick has no alibi for when Anna and Becky were killed.
Yeah.
We followed Nick to the art gallery, which led us, unfortunately, to our third victim. The third victim,
It's Diane. Yeah, got it.
was strung up in the entrance hall of the art gallery. Her hands were tied and a knife was sticking out of her chest. However, there was a marked difference from the previous crimes.
Yeah, George was here.
Do you remember what that was, Zach?
Marked difference. It was right after the crime.
That's right. Diane was still alive.
I mean, Becky was still
This suggests that
alive.
very little time had passed since the crime was committed. Which means the criminal was still close by. It was someone near the scene. There are two possible candidates. Nick, who was knocked out in the entrance, and one other. Zach, who was the other person in the gallery?
That was Kaysen, aka Gaben.
That's right, Casey. We followed Willie, good dog, all the way to him. Kaysen's statement came out as follows. He and Diane were in a physical relationship.
He's just horny, dude.
That was why he visited the gallery.
Does he look like he's into
The two
art?
were in the middle of such a meeting when Nick showed up. Diane lost her cool and shut Kaysen up in the basement. Now, what did Kaysen hear when he was locked up?
Footsteps of boots.
That's it. The sound of boots passing by.
The sound of
Nick was
boots.
wearing boots that day. Which means it was likely that Diane met with Nick in her room. Nick said he argued verbally with Diane about her playing around with men, but they eventually decided to go out drinking to make up. However,
strategy.
immediately after that, Nick was attacked by someone in the entrance hall and knocked unconscious. We saw the rest. Zach, do you think that Nick is our serial killer?
I think no. There's 3 emojis. There's mouth smile, dang Deb 8, thinking. Mouth smile, dang Deb 8, thinking.
Me too. Usha sent in a report too. He found a large volume of red seeds in Diane's stomach. This confirms her as a victim of the raincoat killer.
Is it possible that Kaysen
Remaining
ejaculates
leads.
ketchup?
There's the locket, which is in Carol's possession. The man with the tattooed back, and the upside-down peace sign. There's a lot left to answer. I hope the coffee will give us more guidance tomorrow.
Think about how many pieces that would put into place. Shoes on the bed.
Zach, what did you think about George pouring his heart
Confirmed
out?
alien.
I was surprised. It's the end of a monarchy. And he called me York instead of Agent Morgan.
Boom, boom, ba-doom, boom, 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 ba-doom. Those are the sound of boots, dude. Oh, that's our shoes, which are still very wet, apparently. I knew it!
Emily? What's going on? Do you know what time it is?
I'm sorry. I couldn't sleep, so I was drinking alone.
She needs help. Oh.
My mother was a very kind woman. She always smiled so brightly.
Took 2 hours.
Cakes,
We finally
cookies
got
every
it.
day. She'd say that I needed the sugar because I spent so much time thinking.
Me when I eat
My father was always quiet.
tablespoon of
Didn't
peanut
talk
butter
much.
after I
He was a
finish
federal
streaming.
agent, just like me.
What is he doing? Look
And
at that
he
body
was
language.
The only words he ever had for me were harsh ones. I had a vivid imagination, and I remember he once said this to me. There are plenty of crazy things in this world. You don't have to go dreaming them up. And it's my job to make sense out of them. One day you'll understand what I'm saying. I found out later that my father was one of the first to ever use
yes.
criminal profiling to catch
Yeah.
bad guys.
Oh, really?
And so now I'm
Haha.
doing exactly the same job that he did. Like father, like son.
Can I ask you something?
Shoot.
Mind if it's something personal?
We're in, boys.
Fire away.
Who's Zach?
Ooh.
Zach is a friend of mine.
Oh, so you do have friends.
Yeah. He's my only friend.
What kind of person is he then?
Well,
Well,
never
well,
seen his
Chad,
face.
what kind of person are you?
but he's always with me, and we discuss everything.
When did you become friends?
A long time ago. Back when I was a child.
Roughly 2011. Mama told me not to, I did it anyway. Misbehaving. Oh no!
I was 7. I woke up one morning to hear my mother crying in the living room. This wasn't normal, so I headed in to see her. My father was there pointing a gun at my mother. I was so scared. I closed my eyes, so I don't remember much more. But I do remember the words my father said to me. At times we must purge things from this world because they should not exist. Even if it means losing someone that you love.
His dad was the Joker.
When I came back to my senses, they were both dead. He shot my mother and then killed himself.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it. Zach's with me. It was around that time that we became friends. I'm here. I'm with you, he said. I'll be here always. We can get through this together. Quite aside from that terrible
That's how I felt
scene in
about
front of me,
Chad
that voice seemed to
halfway
make
through
me
Bully.
calmer.
He
We are.
sits like a total
Working together.
nerd.
Getting through things. This is the first time I've ever told anyone about this. I wonder if Zach will get angry.
Well, Chad, rage face?
That's a
Rage
sad
face or
story.
mouth smile?
But I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I'm sure there was a reason for what your father did.
Wrong thing to say, Emily.
I know. I think maybe I became an agent to find out.
Definitely the wrong thing to say.
Oh yeah, York. I forgot to thank you.
Thank me? For what?
You saved my life. If you didn't save me at the gallery, I would have died along with Diane.
No need to thank me for that. I'm pretty useless.
Oh,
I couldn't save Becky. I couldn't save Diane.
What did you just say? Useless?
uh-oh. I knew
I
it.
was never expecting to hear you say that. Huh. There might be a modest guy in you after all.
Finally, you noticed? You're a little slow, aren't you?
Wow.
Maybe hopeless, but not useless.
And now she's
Zach.
gone.
Do you think Emily got home safely? Anyway, I think it's more serious of a situation than I thought. Do you remember? Our conversation with
You're a
Emily.
little slow, aren't you?
She's really interested in you. I think she's starting to have certain feelings for you. If that's the case, Zach, you and I are rivals. This is a very serious situation indeed. Well, if it comes to that, let it be a fair fight. Agreed?
Is Zach the final boss?
Thomas! Thomas! Let me out of here! Come on, please! Just a moment. 1 second. Hate it in here, Thomas.
Just try the handle.
Come on, please!
He is Gollum. Magic school bus? Oh no! Please, no more. Tea break. That sounds promising. Boo and Skip. Oh.
Open this door. There is no turning back. You still want to enter?
Yes, I'm
I do.
going alone.
It's better than staying here.
Very well then. Off you go, Mr.
All right, dude.
Look, boy. At times we must purge things from this world because they should not exist, even if it means losing someone we
Kids' pajamas or $700 Balenciaga sweatshirt? Possibly
Mr. Morgan, do you want
the
a
worst
refill?
graphic design I've ever
Yes.
seen.
Thank you.
Oh!
Is the coffee that good, Mr. Morgan?
Coffee is a vital, investigative tool. I know exactly what to do now.
Oh my lord. Was this a logic puzzle? Dude, that is the Ren and Stimpy font.
It says to hurry, and the first letter of each line is H-A-R-R-Y. Hurry to Harry. Looks like the time that he was talking about has come. Let's go pay the problematic rich boy who owns half of the town a visit.
My mistake. Don't
Polly, I
Oh.
think I'm going to go see Harry today.
Oh, really? He's a little strange, but I think he's the most trustworthy one around here. I think you'll
really?
have fun with him.
If you say so, Polly, then we probably will.
He's so patronizing when he speaks to Polly.
Course. Now, give me your cup, and I'll give you some more coffee.
Got her. He's just messing with her. And I'm here for it.
I'll see you later, Polly.
Mr. Morgan, what about the coffee? Don't you want a refill? Your coffee?
Thomas!
Hey, am I still a suspect?
No.
Okay, well, good.
Officially, I can't tell you.
My
but-
wife and I have been living separately for over 3 years now.
Yeah, everyone's
And
sad.
She's a single woman, so this shouldn't be a problem.
That's true.
I feel so bad for Diane, though. Gosh. Did you find out who did it?
Gosh.
I can't discuss that.
Yes, of course. I understand. You don't have to tell any of the folks around town about me and Diane, do you?
No, I won't do that. But it's a small town. I'm sure the rumors have started already. Nothing to be ashamed of, right? What's there to worry about?
Nothing in particular. No, nothing at all. I'm clean as the sheets in this hotel.
Before or after I've been sleeping in.
What's with that look? We don't have a problem, right?
It looks like Kaysen is involved with another woman in town. I can only hope it isn't Emily.
Oh, Lord. Oh, hungover. I've been there. She's got explosive power off the line, though.
York, I can't find Thomas. Was he here?
No, I haven't seen him. Have you tried the radio?
I've been trying, but he's not answering.
What about Nick?
No problem with him. He's calmed down a little. He's still saying he didn't do it. Nick said that Thomas disappeared sometime during the night. He kept calling for him, but Thomas stopped responding. I'm a bit worried.
I'd stop responding,
George
too.
has asked for permission to search for Thomas.
Have you ever heard the expression,
Hard
it's
for
better
Thomas.
to ask for forgiveness
Surely
than
he's just
permission?
resting at home. But I'm not against looking for him. Tell George that he has my blessing.
Okay. As far as I know, Thomas always calls in when he needs a day off.
We're human, and so we are limited. As far as you know, there haven't been any serial killings here before, right?
That's right, but that's not...
Emily, I'm going to see Harry today.
What? Why? We have plenty of other leads to follow, don't we?
He did invite me over, though. It would be bad manners not to accept.
The beard growth
you
is
really an
absolutely
FBI agent?
horrible.
I think the FBI would take a more logical approach to investigations.
But Emily, a serial killer does not stay within the boundaries of logic. Thus, you can't hope to capture such a killer using only logic.
Yeah, dumbass.
That's why I'm going to see Harry. You go with George and find Thomas.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Great. Thanks.
He walks like Walton
I
Goggins
was
in Vice
idiot for
Principals.
thinking he might be a good pick. I really need to work on my taste in men.
Yeah, and your left eye. Dan wants to know when the next murder is. Probably within 45
Zach,
minutes.
we've ended up with the third victim. That dive I made at the gallery ended up being a wasted attempt to save a life.
Wasted.
It's a real mess, Zach. Dive. When's the last time I made a dive
Remember
like
the
that?
dive at the start of that movie, The Never-Ending Story?
Oh, I remember.
Sebastian's so afraid
Do
of the
you?
water.
It was in my late teens. We used to go to those concerts. You and I like punk rock, but we like different types of punk. You liked hard and heavy punk, like Crash and Sham 69.
Crash?
I like the more twisted ones, like The Damned, Buzzcocks, Iggy Pop, and Joy Division. We used to talk for hours about the bands we really liked, But for some reason, neither of us listened to the Sex Pistols. I wonder why that was. Seems strange thinking about it now.
Yeah, Joy Division is post-punk, idiot. Joy Division, so twisted. Just unconscionable stuff in those Joy Division songs. Like Love Tearing Us Apart. Isolation.
You know what?
Sorry, my
there was
mistake.
one band that we both liked. We went all the way to New York to
It's
see
the
them
Ramones.
play. Right, Zach? It took us hours to get to New York by bus.
Definitely the Ramones.
We got to the CBGB and we were so nervous we couldn't go inside. It took us 30 minutes to gather enough courage to go inside.
It's the Ramones. Or
And
Blondie.
Inside, we were shocked. Right, Zach? I'll never forget that feeling.
It's
It
the
was like
Ramones, dude.
Blitzkrieg Bop. The Ramones.
Got him.
That song still makes me feel good. And that's a sign of a classic. But it's amazing I got in without being asked for ID. Those were the good old days. Rock and roll high school and Chinese rock. Sheena is a punk rocker and surfing bird. And I was so depressed when I heard the news of the deaths. Original punk is one of the greatest gifts left from the 20th century. Let's hope they're still rocking on wherever they are.
A couple of the Ramones are still alive, brother. Anyway, I had a great joke. I was going to save it for January 1st. This is what reminded me of the Ramones. I swear I've been thinking about this for a couple weeks. It's January 1st, 2020. You go, hey, Ramones, what year is it? And then it's just the very start of I Want to Be Sedated. And he just goes, 2020. And then you cut it and just post it. I think it could be a pretty good micro joke that could go pseudo-viral on Twitter.
Mr. Francis York Morgan.
Oh, here we go.
Mr. Stewart has been waiting for you. To the meeting room you shall go to.
You have to play a note on the piano to open the door? A little bit of a lag on that one. That's an incredibly lazy Susan.
The meeting room is through here. Please be kind. Be sincere.
Of the multitude of musical scores, these three are the only ones left open. If Harry did this, it must have a meaning. Well, that was unexpected.
Zach, something is still missing. We need more clues.
Is this where you fight Capra Demon? Apparently, this is the meeting room.
Zach, something is
Like,
still
I don't know,
missing.
is he in the
We
wall?
need more clues.
Yes, an umbrella. We'll take. You got umbrella for guest room number 6. This is a bust of Jebaited. They use it for TwitchCon when they established the Museum of Global Emotes. Umbrella for guest room number 5. Ha! The trumpet! Umbrella for guest room number 4. Little bit of Zach in my life. Little bit of Emily by my side. A little bit of the monarch. What I need. A little bit of Carl. What I see. A little bit of Grayson in the sun. A little bit of Thomas all night long. A little bit of FK in the coffee. Here I am. A little bit of you makes me your man. Ha! Number 3, number 5, number 6. Okay. He's done it. Oh my god. Real shit. Umbrella number 1, I sleep. Umbrella number 6, real shit. Oh no. It's Bane, dude. He doesn't speak, though. Ah, yes, okay. How could I be so stupid? This dumbass doesn't realize now I've got 3 extra umbrellas in my pocket.
Mr. Francis York Moore, please have some tea while it is hot. Too much coffee for your body will make it rot.
You seem well prepared.
Does this guy work
Almost
for
as though
Tazo?
you knew I would be coming today.
Mr. Stewart is particular about the best timing for all things. Now please, drink some tea and enjoy the good health it brings.
I'm sorry, Harry, but I just don't like tea.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, some tea with sugar is what's best admired.
By your body that looks so tired. So says Mr. Stewart.
No, Papa. Drinking sugar. Do, 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 do.
Harry, where did you get these seeds?
It's the Matrix soundtrack. Come with me now.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, those seeds were found in our town in a certain specific place.
More seeds are there, you will see, when you find that certain space.
It's a very cheap rhyme.
Come back to me and we shall talk. Actually find that certain place. So says Mr. Stewart.
Ran out of words that rhyme with place, huh?
Harry, so you like to play games?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, a hint for you to find this location.
It is most crowded and most quiet, and gives a cold sensation. So says
It's a
Mr.
graveyard.
Stewart.
It's the graveyard.
All right. So you're not going to talk unless I find this certain place. I'll play along.
It's an ice cream library.
So, Zach, about her. My first impression when we met her on that bridge is slightly different from what I think about her now. Don't you think she's pretty mesmerizing? And Zach, she seemed interested in you. Did you make a move on her? No, don't answer. I'm just asking. But if you like her, I won't stand in your way. But I'd like to hear the truth. Because this kind of stuff could affect our friendship, you know. Me? I'm just interested in her, that's all. It isn't love or anything. From what I can tell, she doesn't even seem to like me. It's pretty clear from how she acts when she's around me. As you know, Zach, I'm cautious with women. It's because I was badly burned in my last
Like,
relationship.
figuratively?
I really have no idea what women are thinking. That's my problem. You're pretty friendly with the ladies, aren't you, Zach? Maybe you should teach me about how to interact with women.
Yeah, Chad. Lend me your wisdom.
Just as Harry said, it's crowded and quiet.
The texture work. It's so beautiful.
Hey, Brian.
Agent. Mr. Agent, how are you?
Oh,
I forgot about Brian.
I'm, just playing a little game with Harry.
Game? A game? Oh, is that
Why does he look
fun?
so much
We've
like
only
Steve
just started,
Buscemi?
Brian. The fun is about to begin. I'd like to ask you something, actually. Is there a tree in the graveyard that drops red seeds?
Seeds? Red seeds? That tree does.
Oh yeah, the red one.
And that one too. All red seeds.
By the way, glad to see this place is very handicapped accessible. Just as long as you can pump the brakes while you go down this like 70-degree slope here.
Zach, mission accomplished.
That's ice
Let's get
cream,
back to
brother.
Harry's.
You just got a
The
scoop of
reward
gelato.
Better be good. You know, about these seeds. They were right here under my nose.
This time he means literally.
It's as if I was carefully carrying a bottle of water while walking in a pool. We're learning the countryside version of common sense the hard way, Zach.
Hello, sir. You don't mind, do you? Left foot bone. I'm no anatomist.
A human bone? This doesn't look related to the case.
I don't know if that bone came
Didn't I
from the
let
foot,
someone
though.
know?
I gotta know. I'm sorry. I have to know. Look, he loves it. Why did we have to come here again? Well, you see, it's very simple. It's like we were holding a bottle of water, but the whole time we were sitting in the pool.
Anyway, Zach, there aren't many young women left in this town. Even Emily could be targeted next. I can't rule that out. All the more reason to catch the Raincoat Killer ASAP. And that means working closely together. We can work out the Emily situation later. Don't get me wrong, Zach. I mean, I'm not interested in Emily because she's female or anything. I'm just saying she's interesting. You know, as in interesting person. But by looking at her, she reminds me of something I used to feel.
Get well soon, Kate.
That's all. Like back when I first met you. You know, that feeling we all used to feel back when we were kids? Feeling safe while also feeling a need to protect, that kind of feeling. But Zach, who made me feel that back then? Anyways, we're getting closer one step at a time to cracking this case.
Yeah, he's like self-horny. Yeah, if you're in the FBI, can't you just commandeer anybody else's car like Tommy Vercetti? Like if somebody, they always do that in like 80s movies. If somebody flashes a badge at you and goes like, I'm NYPD, I need your car. Can't you just be like, no, I have to go to work? I mean, I'm a tax-paying citizen. Did I ever tell you about the time we were coming back from Portland and we had to get gas? Well, it'll have to wait, Zach. I told you it's me. All right. Coming back from Portland and had to get gas. We pull up to the gas station and then this like 50-year-old dude in a sleeveless like muscle shirt just comes out and stands in front of our driver's side window, and I just like looked at him and he just looked at me, and then he was like, he made the motion like roll down your window, and I was like, yeah, what's up? And he was like, well, do you want gas or not? And it dawned on me. It took a while though, but I was like, I'm about to get absolutely killed. What on earth is this nightmare? It's a great puzzle. Every time you go to Harry's house, make sure you chalk up your hands. You know, I had just about enough of this guy's games. Always talking in riddles. Anytime I want to talk to him, I got a completely arbitrary series of environmental puzzles involving these cast iron statues. Go get him.
Harry, turns out what you said was true, and I'd like to hear more.
York, as you know, there's a powerful mystery surrounding these seeds. You've seen them at those other murders that took place elsewhere. And you've seen them deeply involved with the murders in this town as well.
That's right. But how do you know all this?
York, you must be younger than you look. Youngsters tend to hurry so much that they let things slip right past them.
Is that a Motorola Razor?
What you need to do is slow this down a bit. That way you'll see what's really important.
Yeah, what you need to do is cut your hair and disinfect your stinky chair, so says Mr. Morgan.
When the war was over, just about when the communist Red started to become a rising threat, our town constructed a huge clock tower.
A huge clock tower.
Then, soon afterwards, a serial killer wearing a red raincoat went on a killing spree.
The legend of the Raincoat Killer? Stop playing games with me, Harry. That's nothing more than folklore. The FBI has no such record of a multiple homicide case in this town.
York, Anna, Becky, and now Diane.
As I continue, you know they're getting sweeter.
Not folklore, not legend. The Raincoat Killer is also real. But under a strict gag order, the mass murder case was never made public. In fact, one could say that it was completely erased from history. Tell me, who do you think would be able to do something like that?
An eraser?
The military.
Very good. A model student.
Oh, it's a Super Nintendo boss fight music.
About it. Then how do you know it really happened?
Good
Donkey Kong Country
question,
Level 2.
York. Why would I know this? The answer is very simple. I was there. I saw it with my own eyes. The brutal killer himself. But we can talk about the details of that encounter another time. What we need to talk about is your Raincoat Killer. The new Raincoat.
Sure, whatever floats your boat.
The new Raincoat.
You're okay. I don't want to get caught up in semantics here.
After all, he's not the real one. What you want to know more
Sir,
about is the
I beg you.
Between 10 and 20 years ago, I noticed that these red seeds were special.
That's a number pad.
Someone else did too. The human imagination.
The human imagination.
Sometimes
This is Dan.
someone
He talks in riddles.
leads to the serial killer.
He dodges our questions.
If you eat the red seeds and then kill someone, you will become immortal. This new fabricated legend was passed on from one to the next, evolving, changing every time, like a rumor. Some may have actually taken the seeds to try them out, to prove the legend, that is. York, the red seeds were found from those other murders. They all came from this town together
Yes.
with that one evil rumor. People on the other side of the planet may have heard of it by now. And new seeds might be growing in different parts of the world.
So you're saying that the series of cases I've been following are all linked to this town? That's interesting, Harry. But there's no evidence to support that story. None of the criminals we caught for the other murders ever mentioned anything like that.
It's your job, your moral duty to look into that.
This guy is just lonely.
You know I said that the
He just wants someone to talk to.
years ago was totally erased. Well, not quite. Records still exist in the sheriff's office. The old sheriff back then hated the military and did his own investigation. I need you to bring those documents here to me.
It's so good.
Once you've done that, I'll tell you everything I know.
Remember that thing I told you? It was a lie.
Okay, it's worth a look. And we may as well let the old man have his fun. Can there really be documents here that the FBI doesn't even have? What do you think, Zach?
The sourest of pleases. Yo, I didn't know he was a hockey fan.
I told you. It's nothing more than
That might be a
local
football
folklore.
player now that I think about it.
Harry said that he was there.
The Raincoat Killer is a phantom, made up to scare children long ago. I can't believe you fell for that from Harry, of all people.
I agree with George. Harry likes
Nobody
to
asked you, Emily.
play with their minds, too.
George, Emily.
A little slow, aren't you?
Of course I don't believe him word for word. But you won't mind if I at least try to confirm that he's wrong, will you?
Well then, can you look for the files by yourself? I'm still looking for Thomas. Very
No
well.
lunch, dude.
Emily, open the filing room for him.
No! Yo, amazing. Looks absolutely like he's the general manager of a circus in the 1910s. Absolutely. He does look like the Joker. I'm the Joker, baby.